Hey guys, welcome back. It is Jake. Welcome to day 3 of the countdown. I'm going to assume good job on days 1 and 2. Apologies for number 2, that video and the lost video. Hopefully doing that conditioning, you're like, oh, I get why Jake would be like super mad and wouldn't want to film that again after doing it, because it sucked. Sucked. Anyways, day 3 here. This is going to be another great workout because it came from my brain hole. It's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to have, obviously, like if you have just like a bunch of equipment, like don't even listen to this part because you can just use whatever you want, like whatever works for you. But what I'm going to be using, I have this very heavy kettlebell and a band, a pretty thick band. The thickness of it doesn't really matter that much, but it's super helpful. And of course, there are always modifications we can kind of do if you don't have one of these things. But we are going to be doing, like for instance, the first set we're going to do is going to be a split squat and a kettlebell swing. Now you can do a kettlebell swing with, a dumbbell, with a bucket. You could like grab your dog and don't kettlebell swing your dog. That's bad. Bad idea. That came from the bad part of Jake's brain. Don't do that. But yeah, you can use a lot of things for a kettlebell swing. So I've got a heavy weight and I've got a thick boy band. Those are my 2 things. And yeah, no conditioning on this one. Today we're going to be focusing a little bit more on the trunk, on that midsection. So that trunk wrapping all the way around the back, the spine, all the way to the front, includes everything in it. Instead of conditioning, enough of me talking, let's get started. Here's our warm-up. 3 exercises, gonna do 2 times. First one we're working on is our bird dog. So we're on hands and knees like this. And from the very start, I almost want you to do, I don't know if this is cat or cow. I think it's cow. I essentially want you to get into like a cow position where you're kind of pushing that chest up through your shoulder blades, getting a little bit of a rounded upper back. And I really want you, while doing that, to kind of internally rotate your arm to kind of tuck those tricep or those lats into place. So we're starting here. We're going to reach out, opposite arm, opposite leg. 1, 2, back down. And you'll realize it's pretty tough to keep that upper back locked into that position while also keeping the belly locked in to that position. There's going to be a lot of tension in that trunk. We're going to go ahead. We are going to do this 6 times on each side. Trying to create a nice straight line from the tips of our fingers all the way to the top of our heel. So 6 times per side. Lots of tension. Whew. All right, next up, we are going to flip over onto our back. We're just going to do 10 bridges. 10 bridges. So here we go, we're up. 1, 2, back down. If you have a band, feel free to throw it around the knees. Make these a little bit tougher. Of those. All right, and next up, we got 3 caterpillars. All right, 3 caterpillars. So, just gonna walk those hands out. So, big turn and reach. Same Think big, turn and reach. There's one. I said we're doing 3 of these. We're not rushing through. Be intentional with each movement. Take your time. All right, here we go. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water. We're gonna go through this one more time. Uno mas. All right, let's go ahead. One more. So start with the bird dog, 6 per side. Those are tough if you are very slow and intentional with them. Let's go ahead, 10 bridges now. Go. Now for our 3 caterpillars. 3 caterpillars. Alrighty, there we go. There's our warm up. If you see me looking out there, there's been a plethora of like City of Lakeland cars just driving through different parking lots and stuff. And I always find that suspicious when the government is trying to spy on me. I don't like it. I don't like it one little bit. But anywho, so what's up? We're moving on. We got 2 exercises for 3 rounds, 3 to 4 rounds. I'm just gonna demonstrate 3 because it's Wednesday and it's kind of my easy day workout-wise. So we are gonna go ahead. The 2 exercises we're doing are a split squat and a kettlebell swing. So the split squat is gonna vary a little bit depending on the weight you have available. If you have a lighter weight, you do not have something very heavy, you are going to be doing 12 per leg. If you have something very heavy, like I'm considering this 70-pound kettlebell pretty dang heavy, you are going to do 6 to 8 per leg. Kind of, you're gonna know, essentially, if you need to do 6 or 8, or if you need to do 12. So we're doing 6 to 8 or 12 per side, depending on what your weight looks like on those. And then we're doing 15 kettlebell swings. So like I said, you can do a kettlebell swing very simply with a dumbbell. It is a very easy thing to do. On that kettlebell swing, make sure, guys, get a nice, slightly wider than you would probably squat with stance. That kettlebell goes between as we send those hips back. Back stays nice and straight. And then, almost like you're jumping, you're going to just catapult those legs, those hips forward. So as your kind of hips stand up, they're coming forward, and just pop. They pop through, you squeeze your butt at the top, not going this far, just going straight, just like this. Nice, flat, everything flat as you come to the top. Kettlebell should come up to about right here, and then back down. We're doing 15 of those. So, heavy weight, 6 to 8 per side on the split squat. Lighter weight, 12 per side. And then 15 kettlebell swings. We're gonna go ahead, rest about 60 seconds between rounds. We're gonna do this 3 to 4 times, all right? So here we go. I'm gonna start with my left leg, that's my weak leg. So got some width in my stance. I'm holding this in my offhand, nice level shoulders. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. I'll go lefty, or lefty poo. Everything tight, nice and balanced. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, then 15 kettlebell swings. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, round 1. Nice and easy. Heart rate's up a little bit. Ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba. Gonna rest about 60 seconds. Do it 2 more times. I'll grab a little towel. Wipe myself down. If I haven't said it recently, this building gets very hot when there's no air in it. It's hot. It's hot. Whew, man. All right. About 20 seconds or so, I think. It's hard to see the little hand on the clock. All right. Okay, breathe. Here we go. Round 2. Round 2 can sound. Okay. 2. Ba-ba. And kapow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Oh. Weird pain in my thumb. Just popped it. Felt good. Alright, go. Goodbye. And goodbye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still kind of there. Oh man. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah. Oh man. Woo. All right, now, round 2, done. Round 3. Whew. This is a little bit of a tougher opening set than I thought it was going to be. Nothing terrible, but. Oh, heart rate is, oh man, feels much higher than it actually is. Like I said to my Zoom class yesterday afternoon, I have the cardio. I have the cardio and metabolic like capabilities of like an 80-year-old chain-smoking grandmother with full-blown ronivirus. I'm huffing and puffing. Good God, what's wrong with me? All right, here we go, round 3. Quit being a little baby. Ugh. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Ooh. Kettlebell swing is going to be tough. The grip is sweaty. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man. Whew. So, another 60 seconds. We can go ahead. We can do one more. If you're feeling it, or if you're feeling it, you can move on, like your boy. We're gonna give ourselves about 80, 90, even up to 2 minutes to rest on this next one. We got 3 exercises we're gonna be doing for 3 rounds. This is gonna be a bit of a Friday get jacked circuit here, but this is where you're gonna want that resistance band, hopefully. Okay, Lakeland Electric guy is now rubbing his belly. Interesting, here we go. So 3 exercises, 3 rounds. First one we're working on is a slow push-up. So that's gonna be 3 counts down, 3 counts up. We're just trying to drive some blood into the chest, shoulders, triceps. It's gonna be fun. We're doing 6 of those. Then, I'll move this out the way. I want to work on some kind of vertical pull. So this is where the band, like I said, is very helpful. If you have the ability to like loop a band through a doorway, or kind of like how we have the pull-up bars here, you can loop it around. That's like ideal for it. So that way you can do some kind of like vertical pull, like pulling the band down. But also if you just have some way like this to anchor the band, that works fine too. Because the band and how it has tension, we can kind of set ourselves up like this and do a vertical pull this way. We are going to do 15 of those, and then we're going to untie our band, and we're going to do 15 curls. So we've got 6 slow push-ups, 15 vertical pulls somehow. If you have a pull-up bar too, obviously bust that mucker fricker out and do something with that, because that'd be awesome. 15 vertical pulls and then 15 curls. Gonna rest about 60 seconds between rounds, 3 rounds. Let's get to it, starting with our slow push-ups. That's 3 down, 3 count down, 3 count up. So you'll get 6. In. 3. All right, there's 6. Now to our vertical pull, aka the sweat dripper. So I'm gonna grab it, kind of sit my hips back, and pull. You can take your elbows out as wide, or if you go narrow, I kind of like to internally rotate. That kind of helps tuck those lats in. Yeah, 15. Now, 15 curls. 15 curlies for the girlies. Or buys for the guys, whichever one. Ooh, this one's gonna be tough. Ooh. Alrighty. So, like I said, rest in about a minute here, and we'll be back. Oh, man. Feeling good. Feeling sweaty. All right, guys. I'm gonna take another 20 seconds or so. And be back up and running. Okay, Lakeland Electric guy, City of Lakeland Dude, looks like an electric truck now, driving through the grass. Really? Okay. So, guy just drove through the grass. Like, instead of backing up and then driving, he drove through the grass, like by the hair salon, made a U-turn, and is now leaving the parking lot. Like, you could have just backed out, gone straight. Instead, you drive through the grass, around through the park. What a... Earmuffs, children. What a dickwad. Okay. Here we go. Back to the push-ups. Sorry. Neither here nor there. Back to push-ups. Super slow. 1, 2, 3. Woo! I'm hungry. I'm hungry. And here we go. And 50. Hot, sweaty work. Oh, man. All right, I'm gonna do a quick film check because I'm paranoid now. Okay. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so 60 seconds now. One more round. Whew. You're so hot. I get so hot and sweaty. Whew. All right, got about 20 seconds or so. All right, here we go. Push-ups. 6 of them. Oh, oh. And this is a vertical pull. That would have been embarrassing if I tried to lean back and it just like slipped off. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Alrighty guys, there we go. So, there's our warm up, there's our 2 strength sets. And shoot, that first one pretty much doubled as a metabolic set. But, warm up, 2 strength sets. Now comes our trunk work. It's 2 exercises we're gonna do for 2 to 3 rounds, depending on how we're feeling at this point. Pretty simple. We are going to do a hollow rock, which is basically we're holding a hollow hold, and you'll kind of see, but we're gonna just be kind of rocking back and forth, imagining that like kind of our butt / our tailbone is kind of like the fulcrum, I guess would be the right term here. You're just kind of rocking back and forth on that fulcrum, maintaining that hollowed out position. And then we're doing our Ironman hold. And I'll just show you an Ironman hold, what that looks like. Yeah, we're gonna do these 2 to 3 rounds. I'll do 2 rounds, just to show us what it looks like and how you should be doing it. I'm gonna make sure, once again, film check, and to make sure you guys can see me on the ground from where I'm at. Okay, should be perfect. So, starting off, we've got our hollow hold. So, or our hollow rock, sorry. We're doing 12 of them. So you're on the ground. We're gonna get into that hollow position, and then it gets kind of easy once you just kind of get your momentum going, but you're just holding that hollowed out position. So taking our rib cage and trying to bring the 2 ends in together, and so basically the insides of your rib cage, bring them together, and bring the top and bottom of your rib cage together as well. That's kind of that feeling I want you to have. Like there's a ball right here, you're trying to wrap from all directions your muscles around that ball. So we're gonna do 12 of those, and then a 45-second Ironman hold. And I'll explain the Ironman hold as I'm doing it. So here we go, our 40-second Ironman hold, that's right. So here we go, 12 hollow rocks. Here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, halfway. 7, 8, 9. Try and keep those biceps by the ears. 12. Super simple. It's honestly, I think, easier than holding just a straight hollow hold. But you're forced to keep that position through space. So it's a little easier in some ways, a little more challenging in other ways. Next up, Ironman hold, 40 seconds. And here's what I want you to imagine. You're laying down like this, and I want you to imagine from here that you have like a dowel rod lining up. It's basically going this way, the length of your spine and past it. I want you to imagine that you are trying to wrap basically from your heels all the way up through your legs, the muscles in your back and your shoulders. You are trying to wrap those muscles around that dowel rod. So the rod's just sitting on your back, and it's gonna look a lot like, actually it's gonna look exactly like 3, 2, 1, and so everything, my butt is clenched, the muscles of my back are firing backwards, everything trying to wrap around that dowel rod. We're just holding it, toes pointing down. Three, 2, 1, and whew. So everything trying to wrap around that rod. It's tough. And your stomach should be active too. So you're gonna almost feel like your stomach is like pushing you off of the ground while the rest of your muscles are trying to contract around that dowel rod. We do a lot of exercises for the front and even the sides of that, that trunk or the core, as some people call it, but you don't realize that, those muscles in your lower back and those erectors that run along your spine, that is very much a part of your core. And honestly, the reason a lot of people have back problems, we're not a huge contributing factor to a lot of people's back problems are a slight overdevelopment of these muscles, or I should say a misbalanced amount of development between these muscles and the muscles in your back. You probably see me and some other people like on Instagram and YouTube and stuff do exercises that you're like, oh my gosh, I bet that's terrible for your back. It's actually no, it's really good for your back because you have to strengthen those muscles. Because if you don't, you're gonna get hurt. But if you have a huge misbalance, you need to do very fundamental exercises, kind of like these Ironman holds, as a way to build up that strength in kind of a low risk setting and way. So yeah, that's Jake's Preachy Mix sandbox. Preachy Mix. There's not enough, all the blood's in my erectors and it's not in my brain. Here we go. Last round. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Here we go. Last one. Unless you want to do 3, Ironmans, and go. So my belly is pushing me off the ground while my back muscles contract super hard. 15 seconds. Keep it up. If anyone asks what you're doing, say you're bulletproof in your back and killing the Roni. 10 more seconds. Breathe. 2, 1. Woo! Alrighty, guys. Whew. Good work. Good work. Go ahead. Go find a mobility video. Or just do some stuff on your own. Y'all know the stretches I like at this point. It's classic. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hip flexor stretch, down dogs, pigeons, half hip flexor, figure fours, windmills, little tricep and shoulder stretch and lat stretch here. If you have a door frame, you can do your little crossover hullabaloo stretch, kind of sending that hip away, stretching out kind of all up and down that side. It's a great stretch. Do it. Stretch, stretch, stretch. You can't do this stuff and then not do mobility stuff, because if you do, you're gonna be like, oh, my back hurts because I was sitting for 12 hours today, and then I got up and I did exercise and then my back hurt. And it's like, well, no shit. Nope, no poop. That's what happened. So yeah, good work, guys. Have a good weekend. Stay tuned. Day 4, gonna come out Monday. It's gonna be great. You'll hopefully start to see the movement patterns falling into certain things, and you'll be like, oh, Mondays are gonna look kind of like this, and Wednesdays will look kind of like this, Fridays, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, good work. Stay healthy. See you later.